All right, well, then.
Call the board meeting to order. Let the record show that all the Aldermen are present. So, hi, Chief Cody will lead us in the invocation.
I can hear one word, not at worst.
Pray that you will bless us this year, bless our board, bless our city, bless each and every family that's represented here, and may we do the best for you this year. In Jesus' name we pray.
I pledge allegiance to the service. Person you recognize is Charlene Anderson. She's sick. She's sick, okay. Charlene has dedicated 15 years to the Ocean Springs Police Department. Michael Creel also has dedicated 15 years to the city of Ocean Springs. Report is out. The board has dedicated 10 years of service to the city of Ocean Springs Parks Department. Davis has dedicated 10 years of dedication to the city of Ocean Springs Fire Department. And, Pickett, he's not here either, right, Chief? No, sir. Okay. He's dedicated 5 years of service to the city of Ocean Springs Fire. I know this one's here. Let's get you.
Get it right?
Took me a year and a half to get there. Vicky has dedicated 5 years to the city of Ocean Springs, the city clerk. Charles dedicated 5 years to the city of Ocean Springs Police. Anyone come up? We got a proclamation here commending Mr. Michael Smith, 31 years of service to the city of Ocean Springs. As the city of Ocean Springs is proud to recognize the men and women who focus on infrastructure and services that are vital importance to sustain sustainable and resilient communities and the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Ocean Springs. And whereas Michael Smith joined the Ocean Springs Public Works Department in 1992 as a street laborer. He has worked as a crew chief and eventually appointed as a street lead man. And whereas Michael is an Ocean Springs High School graduate and attended Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, Jackson County campus, he enjoys fishing, swimming, and running. And whereas Michael is married to his lovely wife, Jackie. Yeah. 2 grandchildren. And whereas the city of Ocean Springs acknowledges Michael Smith for his many years of outstanding service to the Ocean Springs Public Works Department and extends to him sincere best wishes for continued success in all his future endeavors. Now therefore, I, Kenny Holloway, Mayor of the city of Ocean Springs, do proudly present this proclamation on January 2nd, 2024, in recognizing Michael Smith for his loyal commitment of 31 years of service with the city of Ocean Springs Public Works. You want to say a few words? In 31 years, you probably.
It's been a long, yeah, up and down, but I had to do what I had to do, hang in there, to get to this point. And I want to thank God for small favors, got me to starting to the finish point. And everything you start, you will always finish. So I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So moved, Mayor. And second by Ms. All right. For the closed session, we'll be back to the vote.
Are they coming back?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some. Yeah.
So is that something you guys wanted? Okay.
Well, so I looked at the agenda and you see what you guys want here. Well, what they're doing is they're trying to, if I understood correctly, they're trying to put the annexation under urban. Because the maps had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Gulf Coast states. They're trying to do that.
How are you? Motion, just an executive session to discuss annexation litigation by Rob Blackman, seconded by Jennifer.
And that means, who was that? I don't know. Yeah, I know. Are they coming? I don't know. Please.
They're not gonna make you.
So my classmate told me, I know. So when it's the 27th.
Did you come to me?
Yeah.
I was very, now you go. That was too.
Oh, that's great.
No, they got.
I mean, they've been great. I'll go.
Are they gonna give you that? I don't.
See, they won't do anything. They'll do something.
What's been going on? You were very passionate.
Oh, my Lord.
You don't have to be that.
Right.
Oh, I just. Right.
They don't want that.
Yeah. Here. Yeah. 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 They're coming back.
Like, natural capacity against someone. Mhm. Spread those.
And it's a good thing, but it's just so they can say that, yeah, she got politics. Yeah.
You get on it. It takes money. Oh, yes.
So when it is that, right now, the vendors will have a person from the budget, and they got their person reading, and they got all their grants. And for whatever reason, you can see below C, 20%, 25, just starting to go. That grant money went to something, and they have to live 5 to 26 years, which is the challenge of the grant. And all of these. So he's, yeah, and so he's saying, don't be fooled by this. Grant, just know, and it's not even.
See, that's, yeah. It's money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna be around. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, I'm not. I can let my hand, which I ain't got. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank y'all for that. Hey, Rich. Everything good?
You can finish your task.
Great. Different question of the day tonight. Praise church. Is this somebody that's going to wellness? See? Think about it. Macedonia is the host. And we couldn't come up with it. But at our age, we might need to know how to behave, not fall, do things like that. You think somebody else?
But we're closing out here.
Think about it, let me know, because we're looking for someone. It's the last Monday of January, so we gotta get on that road. Our leader, where it is, because she's been sick, so we gotta keep it with our mates coming back. There might be somebody who can come and just, you know, the safety issue.
Okay, good one.
Twice a year, we've got families. Our daughter.
Here.
That's your permit.
Well, cluttering.
She graduated 20. Very tall girl, homecoming 40. Great song.
Like everybody else.
I was, it was so nice. When I was throwing ball. I didn't have to. It's like my son, we do the same thing with him. And it was no let up. It's just like, it was great. I didn't have to pick it up on it again.
Oh, I thought it was like.
30
This may be one thing.
Oh, yes.
Well, you won't see her. This is my, she's in the Miami. She has, like, it would be 6 of them, it would be. I guess. She's been out there, she's got imports and music.
Farmer can never return your pardon.
Those were two good games. They showed everything. Well, in the 60s, he had a little bit of an opening. I mean, he made it. And it, but it's, I mean, it's just, yeah, it was working out. So you must know, opiates and
Well, I don't quite. I think they became.
yeah, they were not.
Oh. They play on. I went. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do that too. Yeah.
I played.
We've been doing it.
I mean, it's a good game. It's a wonderful game. I'm just not. It's a perfect game. You don't have to, especially if you know.
After the scratch kitchen, they can't do that. But there was nothing else on the agenda.
Oh.
There are some things.
I want to go.
Yeah. I'd like to know. Somebody else.
He graduated in 2000. But he went to Foster University.
Without seatbelts and without being properly restrained.
I can think,
Oh,
insurance charges.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
She was in, she wasn't saying, no. On the bus. Every time we was.
Like,
They do.
And the like when
They do.
oh my God.
Oh, no.
All major league talking.
see them near the hospital and they're coming to Fort Lauderdale doing houses and I'm like, you guys, if an ambulance comes, this is gonna be in trouble. No, no.
They've been all right twice. And then we got there and just came to the house.
Prayers every time.
Don't do that. Wear flags. Don't be scared. Don't let the neighbors know. Or.
People talk.
Can't see. Don't like them. I'll believe it.
Last I heard that they heard everybody in the audience, we all were back there. Just saying, I've heard that people can hear the audience, especially probably in like.
Next item on the agenda is agenda public comment. Public is invited to address the board for up to 3 minutes each, for a maximum period of 30 minutes. Only regarding issues listed on the agenda. Identify yourself on the agenda. Moving on to old business, next item is adopt a resolution adopting the services and facilities plan for annexation.
Make a motion to adopt the resolution.
By Mr. Iffy.
Second.
Mr. Pena, need a roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye. Aye. Aye.
The motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to discuss the urban renewal plan. This is a discussion to adopt the area of the urban renewals, not the plan. We've had a meeting with the consultant previously, public meeting, and just has been asked to be brought back up by some aldermen. So does anybody have any comments or say anything about it?
Mayor, I thought we already adopted that area when we reduced it down to just Pine Drive.
No, we didn't. That was what we were trying to do last board. That area has not been adopted.
Map down.
From the map down to
Include,
include, it includes 4 parcels, 3 owned by Leica and 6.
and I had 2 requests. One was to give us time to get the eminent domain portion moved out of the redevelopment authority. One request. I understand you're not wanting to wait that long, but the bill is ready to go. It's House Bill 574, if I'm not mistaken. To remove that language, hopefully we get that through the legislature to get that changed. The other request I had was to have a work session with our architects, the people that own the property on the corner, architects, and this board of aldermen, so we can have our say in the project. And I really didn't want to move forward until we had that work session. That's my take on it.
My understanding, forgive me, I may have this incorrect, but this is 2 parts. The first is adopting the actual map, and then the second part is adopting the actual plan. And so what we're doing is we're identifying the area, and then from there, we can look at, the issues with the RDA and eminent domain and sit down with the architects and discuss what ideas we want to do with that. But we have to first determine the area. And that's all we're doing, right?
That's
Okay.
we, we still can meet with the developer and their architects and our architect. That's not an issue. Like I said before, eminent domain is not an issue in this piece of property because you have a willing seller for the other three properties, so there's no reason to do anything. I understand your concerns, and I have the same. But we've got a developer that's wanting to have some conversation, and before we can do much conversation, we need to have an area that we're discussing. So that's the reason for this to be brought back up.
Like Ms. Jennifer said, we're simply, number one, first step, talking about an area. The details from then on will be the next discussions. This is adopting just the area when they define it.
But there was also understanding we have an annual meeting with the guy that has a contract on it.
I had a meeting with their consultant this morning and preparing some items that I think is important to the MOU concerning what their plan is, what their investment is, how many jobs they're going to provide, what their sales are going to be, so forth. So we can draft that MOU to have all those items and details in it.
That falls under the plan.
The plan is very vague. The plan talks about developing the property for recreation. It talks about tourism, and it talks about economic development. That's all it does. It doesn't identify any particular project on any particular parcel. It's pretty vague, and that's what we need to work through those details as the urban renewal plan comes together.
Once the area is adopted, the redevelopment authority has a place to operate.
Once done.
No.
It's the urban renewal.
They came up with
The plan.
Yeah.
So we separated the plane in there, two separate.
So just in the area. I make the motion that we adopt the area. We'll PowerPoint describe.
Yeah. Motion to adopt a resolution designating urban rural area.
Motion by Mr. Payne,
Second.
second by Ms. Burgess. Any further discussion?
Well, I would have been more apt for this if we had put on there to adopt this map rather than discuss it, because it, on the agenda being a discussion item, I mean, I'm just like. Right.
You and I discussed it before you left town, what the plan was tonight.
I know, but we told the public that we would discuss it tonight.
Yep. We are.
That's right. That's right.
I need a roll call.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
All right.
Nay.
Motion carries 4-3. New business. Discuss golf club procedures and fees. Patty's been putting together some information on golf cart fees in other cities. Requirements to get golf carts legal to be on the streets. And, she got some information she can share with
So I sent you all the survey and the cities that do the inspections, and I've got it here too. They range anywhere from $50 to $100. So we're very low. And we actually have the nicest area for the golf carts to ride because they can go downtown, they can go to the beaches. I would also like to put it back in my office because I have a front person now, and Daryl has got quite a bit going in January. And then I want to do a small inspection on them because that's not, we haven't been doing that before we permit them. And it's too hard for them to go to the police station since it's out of the mouth. So, anybody that has a golf cart, it's a luxury. There's a lot of people that don't have them, they don't save the gas, they can't ride around downtown and on the beach unless they pay quite a bit of money. So I don't really think that Ocean Springs is that out of sync? Biloxi's is 75, the Abbeville's is 100, Pass Christian's 100. So if we went at 75, we're in the middle of the lane.
I don't know, but, you know, I do know that the fee that we have right now is low. Looking at, you know, having the downtown and trying to figure out the golf carts, having the right equipment and the things that's supposed to be on the golf cart, you know, can't do it without an inspection. I can tell you that with we have over 1,000 golf carts in the city, and for an inspection of golf carts, you can't do it for $20, you know, so I know that something's gonna have to be done as far as that goes. You know, I know we have to upgrade our stickers because we have people that all the stickers are the same color. We can't tell, by people just drive on the road whether or not they're expired. And the only way we can do that is through inspections. A lot of cities do inspections, a lot of cities that have started off like we did, doing thinking that it was gonna be a one-time deal, that it was gonna work. It didn't, and I think a lot of cities have moved up with theirs too. I don't wanna, you know, overcharge for it, but I think there is something that we get to do it right.
The only reason it's brought up tonight is we've been trying to do renewals January, February, and whatever. And I want to make sure that we send a letter out to people so they know it's time to renew and explain that we want to brought in for an inspection. It needs to be in the letter.
That was our intent last year. We made a yearly $20 fee. So it's only been 1 year, 2 years since we've done
It's been at least. How long you been doing it out there?
4 years.
Let me ask you there, do you think that if your people would have to go outside and look at and visit every golf cart, that it would have been doable with the personnel that you had?
So, if I had one lady to pay this, but it's over this, it's worse.
Our choices are not popular. But you do have the nicest city. In some areas, they only get to ride in their neighborhood. This city, they get to ride under the trees, the lights, and the beaches. You all actually alter the nice.
You know, the administration, it's about the administrative part of it. I mean, I get the trees and all that stuff, but I mean, but looking at it, I'm telling you, you got problems with trying to keep up with the registration of golf carts. I mean, I've talked to police people about it, you know, we've had discussions. I mean, the police officers can't pull over at every golf cart on the road. You know, the discussions.
It's not time.
If you, if, hey.
So that additional funding will go towards, covering the actual process of the inspection, as well as the cost of the new stickers. Is there anything else that it'll go towards?
Just like any other permit, it just goes from the general fund to help run the city.
Instead, we raised it, or instead we found
Yeah.
That's where I started.
Would the board be okay with 50?
More than that. There's some minimum that you get insurance on too. Okay. That's what I'm getting, the gas meter.
I mean, with 50 being
No. That's part of the luxury, and they need to pay a luxury tax.
don't even have tags on.
No, can I add?
They do.
Okay.
I didn't know
Good.
that. Oh, really?
We've already determined that we do the grant.
Can't get a car.
So would Benny be more palatable and more reasonable, and still a lot less than the other side?
Like 25.
70? Y'all need to do it for 25, y'all ready for it? Talk about it another day. $6-7 a month, it's not here.
Why should we be so much lower than other cities?
Right.
Most golf carts cost.
You do.
That don't,
Right.
you know, like a thing that did golf cart is. That's a couple of stuff.
It's my staff, I'm pulling back in.
Because most of them come straight neutral. So.
Right. Right.
It's like most carts.
There's 12, I think there's 1,200 golf carts. 18,000.
That's only $6.25 a month.
I make a motion
Got a motion.
We already got one.
that we about one.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Anybody else want to discuss this? Could I have a roll call?
Aye.
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 Nay.
Okay, motion fails. Got a motion to do 50. Second by Tim. Second by Mr. Anthony. Is there any further discussion?
Yes.
Roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay. Nay.
Aye.
Nay.
Sorry.
I motion.
$30.
$50.
All here.
Does anybody have anything to pull from the council claims? Is there a motion to approve?
We're talking claim there.
Motion by Mr. Jones. Motion by Mr. Blackman, all in favor? Aye. Anybody have any questions on the monthly budget report? Mr. Austin? Burgess, all in favor?
Aye.
Carries. Review table plea appeal, 2824 Longwood, with a new letter from the insurance.
Yes, I've attached, had a letter attached to the packet. It was sent by Will Latchy with the State Farm, stating required removing large liability within county business 15 feet of their home based on property.
I'm familiar with this. Well, I'm familiar with this, and it came up several meetings ago. And I've been took a look at it for free. Good healthy up free. That was wrong with it. They did allow the input to about 20%. That would suffice as far as anything following the house. Yeah, but I did in terms of allowing the citizen who is very concerned about this tree, more of an emotional issue on my mind. But anyway, I told him we needed a letter from State Farm, that's the insurance company. We got it, and it's, I can't make heads or tails out of it, as to what And I had told the citizens that, if he got us a letter from State Farm stating the tree had to be cut in order for him to maintain his insurance or to, change his insurance, then we that's where I'll leave it right now is, it's a good tree. It falls within our tree and tree protection and preservation policy. And I would say that he can cut 20% of it at this moment in time without any problems. As far as moving the tree, I think we need to go to the next step and actually get a good letter. And this is kind of, get a letter from State Farm that spells out exactly what they propose to do there. That's what I think.
Well, with all due respect, I think the letter was pretty straightforward.
Is that from the underwriter or is that?
That's another question. I'm concerned if this, you can get your. If this is the case, then we're allowing anybody to cut a tree within 15 feet of our house. Probably have to change our tree ordinance 100%. Let's see where we're.
It's your tree. You guys have been gracious with your time and allowing this process to run through. And as a homeowner, I have done the things that have been asked of me to do, and yet, like, people still don't like the answer. I thought the Mr. Cloche was pretty direct. The tree is actually it's within 15 feet of our storage building, which has a handicap accessible bathroom in it. It has it's got refrigerator, it's got a freezer. It's, it can be made into a second home essentially. I mean, I've got outlets for a stove. But the main thing that's in there is a totally handicap accessible. Just our wife and I we're trying to plan for our fiscal demise. We've already had people that have cancer. We take, pancreatic and lymphoma, and those outcomes weren't good. So, but again, you guys have been gracious about, and I'm trying to check all the blocks. And
All in content. I was just reading through the one form that had nationwide had denied your.
oh yeah, they pulled this whole thing started because
This letter
nationwide.
was from State Farm, so this switched insurances or?
Oh, how can I switch insurance when insurance has been declined?
Well, I just mean,
Yes,
originally it says nationwide.
Nationwide was I've been with them for 30 years. And like everybody else here, they made a corporate decision. They pulled the rug out from us for home insurance. And it was $23.95 for everything, wind, hail, and then all the perils. Now it's going to $5,100. $4,000 of that is wind and hail. So wind and hail sends their people to inspect it. It was never an issue with Nationwide, but it was an issue with the wind and hail people. Okay, so they have a 13-foot, our storage building, if we put in from 2020 to 2021, took a year and 2 weeks. It's 13 feet from the tree. Okay, I'm just trying to protect our property. Okay, trees will have a propensity to fall. Don't know which way they're gonna go. Okay, I'm just trying to, I just gotta, guess what this is? It's a property tax statement, right? It went up $500 this year. My wife and I have spent 30 years of that property adding value, okay, to that property, which adds value to my neighbors. Okay, I'm trying to keep everybody's property values up. Okay, now on the flip side, the the same government that increases my property tax in 1 year, almost $500, won't allow me to protect it. Well, you guys get $518.99. The school gets 961, the county gets 700. Okay, that's coming from me, okay? But now, I can have my property taxes go up, and I can't do things to protect them. And I guarantee I know, but I guarantee none of you are going to be there when that tree falls. None of you on the tree committee are going to be there to help the homeowner pick up the pieces.
And guess what? And guess what?
Yes.
He should go.
The inspection report was from Wind and Hail, Mississippi Wind and Hail.
So they're telling you that you must be insured?
Where is this agent?
He's on Pass Road, Gulfport / Biloxi, off of near Cowan and Lorraine. It should be on this. It wasn't on the letter.
Well,
It's Harkins.
every house.
Matt
on the
Harkins.
board- Every house on the board has a tree within 10 feet of it.
This was getting a tree.
This is something that you should do.
Both of the tree, and then, forgive me, so if you don't cut this tree down, you're not gonna be insured, is that what the insurance company's telling
Nobody wants to say that. Guess what the insurance company are doing now? You know how you know how we, down here, you know what we.
you? Are you gonna be insured?
No.
I can't make that, I can't tell you that. That's up to them. That's up, that you gotta ask the insurance people. You
No.
cannot ask me. That's, you guys,
No, I'm asking.
what are you asking?
You've been approved already to appeal that.
Yes.
You're asking the board to remove the whole tree.
Yes.
Did you relate a state farm with 20% for state farm first?
That's not enough for my purpose.
I heard that.
I don't care what. I can't, as an owner of the property, I can't make a decision on what's on my property. Okay, I have to go to the insurance company, or business, or you guys. I have, as a homeowner, I have nothing. Nobody wants to talk, Mississippi Wind and Hail does not even want to talk to me. Go through your insurance agent.
I think we got the gist of it here.
Yeah.
Again, I'm the property owner, and I have the least amount of say. You know what?
Other than an insurance policy going increasing, and I think we've got some issues with our tree ordinance and going forward, so.
They're already doing, what do we do down here? We don't change our roofs until a storm hits,
That's right.
right? Nobody changes their roof till a storm hits. Well, guess what's going on now?
What?
The insurance companies cannot cover you if your roof is over a certain age. They can deny you coverage, and you gotta get a new roof. Or let's say a tree could be on my roof or on my building. And again, nobody's gonna be there to help me pick up the pieces. Yeah, see, I'm just trying, again, I've been here, I'm not a fly-by-night guy. I've been here 30 years. Okay, but I didn't know, none of the real estate agents said, oh, by the way, just to let you know, there's certain trees that are protected. Well, if I'd known that, I'd be looking at properties that didn't have those.
That's right.
Because now that thing is dictating. I mean, I can, after a hard rain or a wind event, you can't just walk out. You better be looking up. See what's falling, what dead limbs are falling.
If you drink 20% of that tree, it's not gonna happen.
Sir, that's
What's
a good
the
deal
one
on
talking about
tree.
that
I'm not an expert on trees, but good healthy tree. 20% trim would be.
How many healthy trees are laying on the ground after a wind event?
Well, we can't go through plants here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just,
Okay.
yeah.
We got it. Thank you.
All right, well, just like, you know, just like Elvis. I was sentenced, just left the building.
That's nice. Good of them, or what? Good job. That's nice.
My Alderman seat, they don't support it.
I like that motion.
And second by Mr. Hoffman. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is general public comment. Public is invited to address the board for 3 minutes each, for maximum here for 30 minutes. The allowance for signing issue.
So.
Good number word for me. I'd like for more information to be given by everyone that voted for the URP tonight about what they're gonna do for the environmental concerns of the property. No one's answered any of my emails from the city. Everybody up here, including Mr. Wilkinson, who's not here today. I have brought to you proof that there is pollutants at the daycare, the pollutants have been moved off the property. It appears to be a direct result of the last time soil was disturbed on this property in 2016 by a city project. That's when the levels spiked at the daycare again. The levels have not continued to go down as part of the target remediation goals in the VEP plan with LIACA. This board has refused to answer and explain. You're meeting with developers, you're making plans, vague ideas of what you want to have happen there, but you've not assured anyone that it's gonna be safe. And I yield my time to you to tell us what you're actually gonna do. And the emails from 2020.
And I called you on the phone a couple weekends ago.
You called me on a Sunday and you didn't leave a message. You didn't leave a message.
So you knew it was me, but it was like.
I was with my family on Sunday morning and you didn't leave a message to explain what it was, and no one has responded to me in months. I have had a community meeting, State Senator Bryce Wiggins came down. He said explicitly he's concerned about DIPG on this, how the health impacts from this property and the potential for DIPG. He helped reopen this case before MDQ could rubber stamp it last time in 2016. What's the answer?
I took my family time to call you, and I think you could at least text me back.
I'm not gonna let you shame me about why this has not been answered in a public forum or. You've not emailed me back, honestly. I've been getting a lot of lies on verbal conversations with people on this board who said they were gonna do things who didn't do things. So I'd like it in writing, or you can say it here in front of everybody. What's the plan? Tell me. What do you want to call it?
I had questions.
I'll answer right now.
No, I'll get with you on that.
Let's have a forum, because I would like people to be resistant to this, and I'd like to, you didn't vote for it. So I'd like to hear from Jennifer, I'd like to hear from Mr. Daniel, I'd like to hear Burgess, I apologize. I'd like to hear from Mr. Blackburn and Mr. Enby, and the mayor put it on the agenda. What's your plan? What research have you done? When did you talk to NDQ? What are we gonna do? If there's kids at that daycare, and those parents don't know, nobody's been informed. You talk about slum and blight and public health and safety and taking people's houses, but the YMCA is a public safety crisis for those kids at the daycare. I know, because my son was one in 2016, when the levels spiked, because you disturbed the soil. My kid was exposed. What are you gonna do for the kids there now before you worry about the next development? I wanna hear a real answer.
I met with MD, along with a couple staff people here. And DEQ said whatever happened there, that they were gonna monitor very closely. It would have to be encapsulated or remediated, taken out. So. they're
And
not
monitor
gonna-
you closely,
they're
that's-
not gonna allow anything to happen on that property unless it is taken care of. Environment.
So last time NDQ had brought up
because when the city in 2020 failed to sign on to a letter for air quality testing for the kids at the daycare, and went to the city attorney, and no one ever got back with it, it was found that we have higher than the EPA levels for benzene. That's going in everyone's air. What's the action for the city on that? The level, the pollutants have moved off the bounds of the property. No one's addressed that. The levels are not meeting target remediation goals. LICA has failed 20 years of voluntary improvement plans. And no one told them accountable. And when I came to you 3 years ago and said, help me hold them accountable, everyone refused. So I have no trust that it's gonna be done right now. Because we're meeting with the developer, but we're not meeting with the neighbors. We're not meeting with the people who are concerned about their families who live nearby. That's not been offered to anybody.
They too busy trying to get out. Good, too busy trying to get out.
Anything that happens further with that piece of property, let's take care of it.
And if I can say something too as well, I mean, Liz, you're not spoken, I've reached out to you, texted you. I realize some of those circumstances you probably did these things.
You told me to threw a wrench in your plan. That's what it's.
You can absolutely decide to, that was what I said. And regardless, I'm trying to address. Okay, all of the plans that we've been discussing, okay, are just ideas. They're all predicated on the environmental viability of that property. I have said it in multiple meetings. Other aldermen have agreed that that is first and foremost. Hank Zuber has sat in here and we've discussed this. Bryce Wiggins has said the same thing. Anything that we may be thinking about doing with this property is all predicated on the environmental viability of it.
So why hasn't it been addressed and why haven't my concerns
We
been
haven't
responded
gotten to that part yet.
Why are we putting the cart before the horse and meeting with the developer before we make sure everyone's okay?
Because there's a process.
But the process is the people have to deal with carcinogens in our water, in our air, with no action from the city while we wait to meet with the developer.
We're getting information from the professionals that are saying.
You've not hired an independent consultant, which is what I asked.
I'm not gonna argue.
I'm-
And, whoever speaks, I really appreciate how you spoke to my wife up there. You've done this meeting. You called her up here after y'all told a bunch of stories about her a while back when we brought $20,000 in grant money for the streetscape on Grumpy. We're over here on Washington Avenue. So I don't really appreciate that, Vicky. You know, you texted her, she didn't respond to me, you could have left a message, but it's not on us to respond to y'all, it's on y'all to respond to us. Y'all are supposed to hold public meetings for us, not leave it on us that you don't get invited to meetings. If you're more welcome to call back or leave a message.
So when she got up here and said that nobody got back to her, I would have appreciated if she would have said that some of us did, but it wasn't convenient for y'all at that time.
Well, I remember one time you mentioned to her that you were support on her project, and when she got up here, you chose not to. Just said that.
Well, that's because neighbors came to me after, I thought it was a good idea, neighbors didn't.
I'm a neighbor, neighbors, y'all hadn't come to me and my neighbors, my alderman voted against this map. They thought it was good. My support voted, I have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, let's keep it city business.
I'm not gonna say.
She said that.
I just got frustrated. Also, I don't appreciate y'all raising your taxes on multiple occasions in 2 years. You said you didn't raise ad valorem taxes on this gentleman. You did, you voted on it 2 years ago. Y'all just raised our golf cart fees. Y'all raised the VRBO fees, $500. So in the last 2 years, this city has raised fees, taxes, on top of fees, on top of taxes. My paycheck doesn't get any bigger. My insurance is going up. My taxes are going up. My golf cart fees are going up. So I don't necessarily appreciate that. And we work on lowering some fees instead of raising some fees.
Yeah, we got all the candidates coming.
And at what point are we gonna have a meeting in Ward 3 regarding this property? Because we've met with developers, We met with a lot of people, the residents in the area. Clark Avenue, Stewart, and Pine Avenue, I think you would show some respect for us to have a public meeting and let us know what's going on in our backyard. The map that you just voted on was, that we never saw. Is the one in the agenda packet. We were just having a discussion here. My backyard is on that map. And I'd appreciate if people would come and speak to us before we vote on things.
Thank you. I'm waiting on that too.
Thank you.
Here. Amen. All right.
Don't get me started. I already did this last week.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
I know.
Right, 515 Zell Lane. I'm at a loss for words how quickly the city just approved $30,000. Ours is $20,000. You can do everything that you want for $20,000.
Oh.
In fact, I'm recently retired. I'll volunteer to help you for free.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. You cannot increase 275%. So you just went from $20,000 to $50,000
Because we.
without no facts and dates.
Yeah, no, there is that. That's how they. You're right. All the cities got.
Oh, I saw that. It doesn't mean you can't do what you need to do for $20,000.
How do you think we run the city? You want us to
I'll
hire?
I'll set up the process. I got nothing better. No, that's fine. Can't, that's. $20,000 is enough to do what y'all need to do. I can't believe how fast you said, yeah, I approved 75. The facts and dating, now you need 75,000, you need 50, shit, I'll do it for 10. And guess what? I got my tab today, always in January. It's legal, otherwise I wouldn't be writing. Back to $20, $21, I think that's today, it's fine. Keep it up. I'm not willing to pay any more taxes until I get my friggin' road paid. I waited for 2 years. I've talked to my alderman, I've talked to the project manager, and in passing, I've talked to the mayor over a year. I want my road paid. 2 years I've been waiting. And I'm not a patient guy, Kenny, you know that. I'm proud of myself. It's time.
I have requested from MDEQ to, a copy of the environmental covenant for the Pine Street Drive property. And they haven't been able to locate it for me. So I'm wondering, does the city hold the environmental covenant? Does Lycia hold the environmental covenant? And do you have a copy of it that someone could send me? Can you answer? I can answer. How do you feel in your I yield my time. I yield my time. No, you're not allowed to do that. I can't answer, so. Okay, so the environmental covenant should set up a plan of remediation, should specify what needs to be done in this remediation. So that's the 20 years of the. The city doesn't understand what that is or have a copy of it? I'm just asking. I can tell you the entire. Do you know, okay, MGEQ did not, I had to know who holds it, what LLC holds it. I did not know that, because it's, you know, Lycia has been bought out multiple times and changed names, so I didn't have an exact LLC as to the environmental covenant. So I was hoping the city would at least have a copy of it to know the plan of action that we're supposed to be taking following? Anybody?
So is that something that we would get through MDEQ? Is that something that?
Yes.
I'm asking our lawyer, excuse me.
I'm not, I know that they have an agreement with EPA and DEQ for their, but we're not privy to that. That's between the state agencies and the property. We don't have, we had difficulty contacting the property owner as well, and we know that they are involved, but that's not under our jurisdiction.
So do you know who the property owner, like exactly what LLC I'm supposed to be asking for when I request this from MDEQ?
Yeah.
Okay, and I would I would encourage each of you to get a copy. And let's just see what the environmental covenant is asking the property owners to do. Before, before we start talking hotels and convention centers, or conference centers. Conference centers.
Yes.
James Lewis, 805 Cambridge Drive. I have two issues here. Number one is, what is the total number of short-term rentals are we up to now? At one point, we had capped at 75, if I'm correct. I know I have been out of town on personal business, but now all of a sudden I don't know where we stand on that.
We got an overlay just
Well,
changes.
there's not a, the only ones that we put a cap on are those that are residentially zoned properties. I don't have it with me, but I can provide the number that we have that are commercially zoned properties. The combined cap for the city is 115, but there's also the real thin downtown overlay district that has a handful that are not capped. So and there's no cap in commercial. 115 plus ones that don't fall under the cap. That's 115. 60.
No, I meant including the overlay.
Well, the overlay doesn't have a cap.
Moving right along. Second thing, we have adults riding skateboards in the middle of Government Street and the two-wheel, whatever they call it, motorized scooter, whatever it is. And it's just getting crazy when you're driving down Government Street. And I'll pick up the phone, I'll call the police department to report this. And I just don't understand, how is it that center aisle all of a sudden is a skateboard lane? On Government Street.
I see them too.
This ocean's fun.
I understand.
They need to be, I'm sure when we see them, they run them off.
That's
the kids.
No, these are kids, these are adults. Thank you, Mr. County.
Yes, okay, so, we received, wasn't put on the agenda, we received a formal request from the Lighthouse Academy, and was working with them on the, playground equipment that's going to be removed and discarded from, Fort Moultrie. They put in a formal request for that equipment, and we're working out, matching out the details of how they're gonna acquire it, but I needed to make a motion to accept their request for the discarded, playground.
Did they give us something in writing?
They did, we just didn't put it, they did, we have it in hand, it's just, it didn't get. And in the effort of time, because it is of the essence, we gotta get it out of it, so I wanted to make a motion.
Yeah.
or value to the city.
Okay, so, well, I'll make a motion to declare that the Fort Hall playground equipment is of no use. After removal.
Okay, got a motion by second by Ms. Dawn. Favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next step would be to accept the to make a motion to accept their request, one request.
To donate those.
To donate the. Correct.
We got a motion by Ms. Burton.
Second.
Second by Ms. Dawn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And then really quickly, Alan, the decorative signposts for Colioca 1 are in. We're gonna be getting those in when? Okay, great. And, I'm gonna get with you and Sarah on the entryways. Thank you.
And some question, where are we at on the garbage cans for the downtown liquor units? We had,
Their account, we can talk about it tomorrow. We're supposed to get an account, maybe see.
you got to count there.
I think we need to visit with the chamber. Wasn't they talking about buying some too or something?
I think we talked about several different options, but we need to find out how many locations we have. And I know we budgeted money to do that, so we gotta figure out what we have to do.
What
But I really would like to get it all.
Whatever can we get, we need to keep in mind the employees that have to go into them, so it needs to be easy accessible for them to get the garbage out. I know you don't like the blue barrel, that's the easiest for them to be able to lay over and empty. So whatever we get, it needs to have some type of inserts they can pull out.
I agree, that's what we need, want to do, but the blue barrels are not a good representation of our downtown.
I'm good. I'm good, Mayor.
Yeah, I had one, I had a request, I wanted to, dedicate a tree at Freedom Field for a loved one of theirs. Not exactly sure, I know years ago, the Knights of Columbus did that, planting of trees, dedicating the trees. I'm not sure if all of those trees are already dedicated, or if they can plant a new tree somewhere to dedicate. But if I could get with you on that and figure out what the next step would be.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the dedication, I remember they did the landscape, they did some landscaping too, I'm in the corner.
No. You go to the trees that are around Freedom Field were planted. They were kind of sponsored and dedicated to certain individuals.
It's just a planting of the tree bottom.
Well, I said, that's what they requested, but I said, if they're one of the trees that aren't dedicated, I'd rather do that than put another one around that track.
That's the.
But possibly by the pit or something. But I get to it later.
I want to thank everybody who was involved with the New Year's Eve celebration. This past week we had very big success. We got a lot of positive reviews about it, and Smells was the ringleader on that. And along with Sarah Cartish, who designed the ball. Safety was good. Fire department was excellent in helping. Public Works always did a good job of cleaning that up after it was over with. We do need to get the trailer moved tomorrow.
I had no idea about that. No.
And, but anyway, congratulations on a successful event. Kevin and Bob were there to help. So, there to help. So anyway, it was good, and I just want to thank everybody who did something special tonight.
Yeah,
Oh, Michigan's got me, it's all right. All right.
Sixteen.
That's why, yeah. Yeah, before they pick it up. Awesome. Yeah, well.
This is my